and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Chloe, and today's video is going to be so exciting because this is a video that we haven't really done on this channel before. Obviously by now you know that I love autumn, everything it encompasses. I feel like I'm defrosting from summer. I'm not a summer girl at all, and now is where I thrive. And we've never really done a kind of show and tell of the new pieces that I've been adding to my wardrobe. We talk about kind of wish lists and style reports, but we don't really go into what it is that I have been buying. And for me, guys, I've been on a bit of like a spending lull, which has been good for my bank. But in summer, the things and the pieces that come through, they just don't inspire me the same. They just really don't. But as soon as those Burr months hit, I'm feeling inspired and I'm feeling spendy, and I have been in a spending mood, and I have found some really cute new in bits, and I'll share with you as I go along the things that have been sent to me, what I've bought myself, etc, etc, just so everything's super clear. But I'm not too sure how we're going to do this video either, because I've never done one of these videos before. I might do some cutaways, some close-ups, everything like that, just to try and keep this as informative as I possibly can. And what I can link, I will link down below, and if I haven't linked it down below, it will be over on my LTK, which is always linked down below. So if you ever see any of my outfits, they should be shoppable if the links are still live. And if you want to see any of the pieces styled, etc, you should head over to my Instagram, because that's where I do all of my fashion, street style, kind of dressier bits. And we've got a mystery box I haven't even unboxed yet, so that can be a little unboxing from a whole range of different clothing. I am the opposite of like a fashion clothing snob. I will shop anywhere. So we've got Sainsbury's in here, Sezane, Vinted, H&M, Zara. We've got a whole like host of different brands and other stories. Like, we've literally got all of them here, but I do have a lot, so I just want to make sure that I'm not waffling like I'm doing right now, and I just get straight to it. This first piece has to be one of the more unique pieces that I've ever picked up. First of all, it's a color, which I know green to most people is still considered kind of a neutral, but to me it is very much a color. And this is from And Other Stories, and it is the most gorgeous tweed jacket that I've picked up. And it's not something that I've really seen a lot around. It's not as if it's your typical black or beige tweed jacket. It's basically this beautifully woven and kind of a thick thread tweed jacket. And within, you've got kind of like a mix of thread in terms of cream, kind of a sagey green, and then this gorgeous dark olive green that you can really see. And then they've contrasted kind of all the lining of the pockets and around the neckline in the olive, so I think it just gives it that really beautiful outline. And I also adore that the buttons are silver. Usually all the buttons are gold, and I'm usually a gold girl as well, but I just think this is absolutely stunning. And you've got that silver thread running through. I'm gonna see if I can show you here. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's got that silver thread running through, and you can really see that like tweed-esque style pattern, which is all across this jacket. It is such a beautiful piece. But again, it's not a kind of jacket I've seen. Sure, we've seen these styles in a lot of different shops, but not this colorway and not in this design. And I love that you've got some shoulder pads inside as well. It is from And Other Stories, and I went for a size large. Hopefully I'll have some cutaways in how I'm going to be styling it, but I just absolutely love this piece. I think it's really unique, and whenever I have worn it, I have worn it to a work lunch before, and a couple of the girls did stop me and ask where it is from, because I do think it is a bit of an attention grabbing piece. This next one is from Sezane, and Sezane is one of my favorite brands. I think by now you will have seen, especially on my Instagram and my TikTok, I talk about Sezane quite a lot. I just think they're such a beautiful French brand, and I just think anything I've bought from there or been gifted from there, I feel like I've just adored. So this piece has been gifted and I love it. I went for a size large, just to let you guys know. I would say that in general Sezane does run quite small, so maybe just something to bear in mind. But this is one of their cardigans and it is a very classic design. It's literally just in black and white. I haven't had the chance to wear this out yet, so you still have the tag there, but it's almost got that kind of like 60s nostalgia. It is very preppy, and I think obviously right now that very glamified version of old money is quite trendy, and I feel like this cardigan is exactly into that, if that makes sense. It kind of falls into that trap, but I just think it's beautiful. It's such a gorgeous thick cardigan as well. I'll see if I can give you a bit of an up close detail. So you can see here, it's not like a flimsy, thin, see-through kind of knit. It is very thick, but still lightweight, which for me personally is my absolute favorite, because it means in the autumn time when you want to be layering, you're never really gonna feel bulky, which I like. I actually feel like with this cardigan on as well, you can kind of do up all the mini buttons, which are all black by the way, so it is super seamless. Or you can wear this open with a little tank top underneath. I think that works really well as well. But if you're looking for a super classic investment piece, I mean, look how cute these little pockets are. You can't really go wrong with this kind of style of cardigan. And I must admit, for me personally, when it comes to quality, Sezane always outdoes any of my expectations. Speaking of Sezane, I believe this was all within the same order. I could not help but pick this up. Again, I've talked about this, I think, over on my Instagram and kind of showed you it on and everything. This is their beautiful jacket, and I actually first got lured into this jacket because of the pattern. Again, there's a little bit of color here. I don't know what's going on with me at the minute, but I've been attracted to some colors, and this is a gray and blue thread jacket, and I believe the print is called the Edinburgh print. And I think that's why I first got attracted to it. I was like, ooh, very rarely does Scotland get mentioned. So being a typical Scottish girl, I was like, oh my gosh, represent. So I did add that to my basket, and it's even more beautiful in real life. Let me show you this fabric again. I think for me, I've realized I'm a very tactile person. I feel like I need to experience fabrics and feel them and try everything on to see how I would wear that and if I'm comfortable in it. I really want things to be comfortable or I'm not going to wear them. But again, it's a very simple classic design jacket. You've got your almost like Peter Pan style collar here, and then it's a very straight jacket, and you've just got all of your buttons all the way down on one side, and then you've got your slanted pockets, one on each side as well, which are really deep. So this one is obviously a very smart dress jacket, but I do love throwing this on quite casually and going for dog walks, etc., because it just makes you look like you've put in a little bit of an effort into the day-to-day. And the fabric itself is so gorgeous. It's obviously like a houndstooth check is how I would maybe put it, and it's got, I actually wonder if it is real wool, because it feels like real wool. Let me check the composition. 100% virgin wool. Yes, so it's 100% virgin wool, which I would expect. I really want pieces that I'm just comfortable with wearing every day. I don't want to feel too dressed up every day, and I always seem to reach for these items. I feel like I'm attracted to the more statement pieces online, but these are the items that I'm wearing day to day. And again, Sezane, it's such a great investment of a brand, and I just know this is going to last in my wardrobe for such a long time, and I'm so excited to get lots of use out of her. Now, I can't talk about any clothing items coming into my home, any brands, without giving a huge shout out to my latest and current obsession, that is Vinted. Vinted currently has me in its chokehold. I am on there probably every third night or so, and I'll just type in a little word, whether it's Harris tweed, Ralph Lauren, or rain jacket, anything like that, Barber, type all of that in. It is so marvelous. I've talked about Vinted a lot, and I am aware. I feel like I've talked about Vinted so much, so I apologize if this feels like a massive Vinted ad. I promise you it's not. I do buy everything off there by myself, but it's just such a gorgeous place where like real haggling feels like it's actually a thing and that people aren't trying to make a profit off you. And the amount of gorgeous pieces I have found from Vinted is an absolute joke, and this is one of them. One of my top tips is to now on, don't buy blazers online in the high street. Buy blazers secondhand and pre-loved, specifically from the menswear department, because this is a jacket I got from a lovely gentleman and I am forever grateful for his generosity. He sent me this beautiful blazer and it is so stunning on. I cannot tell you how gorgeous the fit is, and it I would say it's barely been worn, if ever worn. It is in brand new mint condition. It's this gorgeous like greigey shade. It's coming off a bit more bluey green on camera, but it's very much a greigey beige shade, and the cuffs are stunning, like beautiful buttons on both sides. It's honestly one of my favorite pieces that I've bought this year. You'll see it with me trying this on, so I feel like you can see the blazer better, but I always go for a size 42 regular in the men's sizing for blazers, just FYI, and I feel like those ones fit me the best. And again, because it's a men's blazer, the shoulders are so structured and they feel amazing. And I think the best part was, I think I got this for maybe like £9 or something, and it feels like such good quality. I actually bought a blazer recently from a premium high street brand, I would say. I think it was well over £200, and I sent it straight back because it had not, it did not have the same feeling as this piece. So for me, I'm really off blazers from the high street right now, and I'm all about having menswear blazers from a pre-loved charity shop, that kind of site. I feel like because we're on the Vinted hype, I should show you my 2 Vinted pieces. One you would have seen in last week's vlog, and one arrived this morning. Say hello to my autumnal dream. Guys, I've worn this already so many times. I don't know if any of you guys used to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer when they were younger. That might just be me, I might be a bit old, but I was obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and this jacket gives me all of those kind of vibes and the aesthetic of that show, but it is perfect. And again, I got this for £10. I cannot believe it, honestly. When I think about it, I cannot believe it. I feel so lucky. But it is in this beautiful deep chocolate brown suede. It is giving and hitting all of the right markers for this season, and she is pretty much in mint condition. The only thing I would say is a little bit around the collar from just general wear and tear. Some of that's come off, but that's absolutely nothing. And when you wear it with your hair down, even with your hair up, because it's on the inside, nobody sees it. And apart from that, it is in mint condition. There's got 0 scratches, and it is the most beautiful jacket with a chocolatey silk lining on the inside as well, and it fits beautifully. And I think for me, because I'm always wearing oversized larger pieces, having something more fitted, it's actually a welcome change in my wardrobe. And if anyone's interested, it is from the brand Black Rivet, and I believe I got this in a UK size 12, just for your information in case you want to compare sizes. But this is definitely and has been my find of the season. I cannot get over how beautiful this is. This is the jacket that has piqued most of your guys' interest. I must admit, whenever I talk about this or wear this online, this is where I get the most messages about. This next piece, you guys are gonna gasp with excitement because it just arrived this morning, and the picture I bought it from was a little blurry, so I was kind of taking a chance, but it was £7, so bear that in mind. It was £7, and I was thinking to myself, that's a coffee if I buy it from me and Adam. No big deal if this isn't what I'm wanting it to be. Just you wait, guys. Just you wait. I mean, is this not the most gorgeous jacket you've ever seen in your life? Again, little Vinted pre-loved number. It does need a little bit of a de-bobbler in some areas, mostly just like around the arms, which is kind of normal. And it has these gorgeous like gold rose shaped buttons all the way down it, but it's the fabric for me. I've never seen anything like this. Again, it's another tweed style jacket, no surprise there. I feel like by now you can kind of tell the kind of look that I'm really attracted to this season. But it's, again, it's like black based, I would say, but then the threads that are woven through it in this check pattern, is like red and oranges and burgundies. It is the most autumn in a jacket that I think I'll be going for this season. And again, it's lined with this like black fabric that kind of goes through it, and I love, it's almost like, I don't know how to describe, it's like rounded but a v-neck. It's like a pointed rounded neck, which I haven't seen in these jackets before either, and it really does add that like beautiful touch. This looks on almost designer because you've got the like structured shoulder pads, you've got the unique neckline. It is a very different fabric kind of colorway, but on top of that it almost like nips in at the waist, which gives the most beautiful silhouette. And you don't really see a lot of these jackets with actually interesting buttons either. So this piece to me was just the epitome. I mean, I'm banned for vintage for the rest of the month, Vinted for the rest of the month, because the addiction needs to stop, but it's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at the lining as well, this like champagne-y gold lining. I just feel like I've been so lucky with Vinted that I almost don't want to put any more orders in just in case I'm ruining my lucky streak. Can we please talk about this absolutely beautiful bag? It's from H&M and it's a tote bag shopper style, and it's in that like, how to describe it? It's like almost like the fake calf skin. How would you describe this? I can't remember the leather type, but I'm gonna give you the sound so you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like that. So it feels very protected, it's not gonna get scratched, and it's even got its own little Hermes style little locket. I don't know what these are called, but you know what I mean. It's got one of those kind of like a touch to Hermes. I honestly just think with the monogramming, this bag does look like such a designer copycat. And what I love about it is obviously the cream with the chocolate colorway, but the inside has almost got this beautiful sandy kind of color faux leather in the inside that is the exact same color as my Loewe puzzle. It's absolutely beautiful. I just think the colorway of this is gorgeous. You've got your top handles here, but also, like we said, we're being practical, guys. It's got a shoulder strap too. So I honestly feel like H&M have really thought about the practicality of this bag, which I really, really appreciate. I think the monogramming is just so sophisticated. I think this looks super chic, and it is so sizable. You could fit your lunch, you could fit your laptop, you could fit a book in here and a water bottle, all of your essentials in here. If anything's changed, apologies. We've had a little bit of a technical error, had to change out the battery in the memory card, but hopefully this is exactly the same and you guys would know unless I said something. Moving on to yet more color. Now, this is actually related to the shirt that I'm wearing now. Basically, a top piece of advice that I learned earlier on the year is if you finally find that staple piece, aka a white shirt, in a shape that fits you, and you love the cut of it, where it kind of stops in terms of if it's cropped, if it's long, the length of it, just get it in all the colors you need. So I found this shirt initially, you would have seen it in my vlog, in Aix-en-Provence, and it's like a green and white pinstripe shirt from Zara. Well, I love it, and I've worn it so many times that I thought, well, I'm gonna get it in white because it's so classic. And then I wore the white one, loved it, and then I thought, why don't I get it in two other super classic colors? Because at least then I've got all my shirt bases covered, basically. Because what I just find with shirts, there's so many different patterns and cuts, and some of them are really not flattering on me. So I'm so happy that I have finally found a cut that fits me. And I feel like, especially for autumn, a blue shirt, even though you think it's quite a springy color, is actually really essential. I've seen girls wear their blue shirts with their suede jackets, with leather jackets, with blazers. I feel like shirts have such a huge important part in autumn styling, so I'm really excited to have a go with this blue striped number, very classic, and this will be beautiful in the summer as well. It's just a good classic staple piece that you need in your wardrobe. I did get them from Zara, and they were a size medium, and I think, yeah, £23, like you really can't go wrong. And I also got it in this plain blue color as well. I mean, I strongly advise checking out again your charity shops, your pre-loves and men's shirts, etc., because this has got quite a masculine shape. But what I love about them is because I'm only 5'1", they're actually not that long in length, so when I fold them into my trousers there's not loads of bulk. And I also just like the cut of the V, how it hangs off the shoulder. I just love these shirts. So I think I'm done with shirts. If you ever see me buy another shirt, please say, Chloe, have some self-control. Now, we cannot have an autumn styling new in haul without talking about a little knitwear piece, and you would be so surprised where I got this from. This is from Sainsbury's. So we always shop at our local Sainsbury's, and I am shocked time and again just how amazing, I think it's the TU collection, the TU collection at Sainsbury's is. There has been so many beautiful designs, and I'm always just shocked that it's in a supermarket. I'm like, this needs its own store. It's so good. And I came across this jumper again. I've worn it a few times, and it's just the perfect beigey, creamy marl kind of texture and colorware, and it feels amazing. It's not that like uncomfortable scratchy feeling. I love that the neckline, if I've got any makeup on this, I apologize. I love that the neckline has that like ribbed effect. I think it gives it just a little bit more of a premium detail. And again, I've tried on different jumpers from more premium high street, and this honestly feels the same, looks the same, and I think it was about £14, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. And I feel like this is an essential, isn't it? You'll know by now my style is pretty classic. It is very timeless, pretty neutral. But I just feel like, especially with the knitwear, I get so much wear out of these. I live in knitwear when it comes to autumn, especially in winter. And if I see anything really good, I tend to let my mum and my sister know, because we all have quite a similar fashion sense. We have also got another knitwear piece. This is from And Other Stories. And Other Stories is one of my favorite shops. I would just say their quality is on par with Sezane for me, and it's just a little bit more accessible. And because they have a store in London and in Oxford, it means that when I go into the store, I can try bits on, which I love to do. And I did go in on a PR appointment, so this one I did get sent to me. But I loved this cardigan. It's this like very unusual, I almost want to say like a mushroomy color, and it's just gorgeous. It's this little cardi, and it is in the fluffiest type of material. I got it in a size medium again, and it's got these like pearl buttons down the front. But I am gonna love wearing this in so many different ways. I can imagine it with a little vest top, just wearing it your traditional cardigan way. I can imagine it done up and me just wearing it on its own. But I also can imagine me wearing this and just almost like throwing it over as like another little layer. Like, I just think this looks so chic, and it was really effortless. And the fabric of this is just so fluffy and almost like squidgy, if that makes sense. It's one of these pieces that just looks so premium on, because for me, when I am wearing a lot of like neutrals, I really do go for textures. I remember in my style report video we talked a lot about textures, and for me this is a perfect texture piece. I'm wearing something like a plain shirt, I've got my fun accessory on, and then I'm gonna want to put on a bit of texture, and already this just makes this whole look so much more elevated. Should we go on to the mystery box, because I am so excited to open this. I believe it's from one of my absolute favorites. I think it's from V&M. Oh my gosh, she is big. This is so exciting. A little bit of backstory. So I love V&M so much. I feel like I've really followed their journey. I actually went years ago. I actually had an interview and I met the founder for their social media role. That is how much I believe in the brand. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so excited to open this up. This is like a first impressions. Their new collection's just come out, and they kindly DM'd me and asked if I wanted to pick out a piece, and I always give them options of my favorites, so the brand can kind of pick what they think would suit me best. So I don't even know actually what's in here, so let me get into it, because I can imagine this is going to be difficult for me to get into, and we'll do a little first impression. You guys are gonna laugh at me, because you can tell at the minute I'm really going through an obsession, and I'm going to show you. Two jackets, and I think they're both tweed style jackets. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to calm down. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely beautiful. Now this is the craftsmanship that I am talking about when I say me and M have pieces that are made to last. And for me personally as well, this is what I hope to keep in my wardrobe until I'm in my 40s, my 50s, 60s even, and pass it down, because I just think this is, again, such a timeless piece, and it is so well made. Can you tell at the minute I've got a real thing for these type of jackets? In fact, I need to stop, because this, I think my collection must be complete, but this is absolutely beautiful. It's black and white. You've got your thick black buttons here. It's just, I keep looking at it because obviously this is my first time seeing everything along with you, but look at that fabric. I cannot wait to try it on. I went for a size 14 in this jacket, and I just think this, oh, I love wearing monochromatic looks in the autumn. I just think that looks so beautiful, but obviously we'll do cutaways and stuff so you can see that one on, but obsessed. Not even ashamed to say we have another jacket here, but I would like to defend myself here and say this is slightly different. I would say they are different jackets, both cropped jackets, but they are different. Look how smart this jacket is. For me, this is the perfect workwear jacket. Like, I would love to wear this into business meetings at work, whether I'm with my agent or whether I'm just in meeting brands a little bit more informally. I feel like this is such a stunning workwear piece. And again, look at the check. I'm really into kind of the heritage style that we're all kind of leaning into, and I think because I'm from Scotland as well, it kind of makes me feel like a little bit of home is with me, and I just think this is gorgeous. You've got the two pockets on either side, so this has kind of got 4 pockets in one jacket, which I think is beautiful. And again, you've got that almost like blazer style lapel, but it's short. I would say actually this combines my two love of blazers and the tweed jackets all in one. I cannot wait to style this one on. Absolutely beautiful. I got a size 14 in this one again. I feel like I'm having a real grey moment. I felt like I couldn't wear grey when I had blonde hair, but now that I have brunette, I just love a little bit of grey. If you are still here after all that time, I commend you, and I am so appreciative of you watching till the end, because I know this was a bit of a long one and there was a lot of yapping involved from me. But I hope you loved this style of video. I hope you found it informative. Lots of different brands, lots of different items. But hopefully there's something here that's inspired you, whether that's to go on Vinted a little bit more, check out your local charity shop, or some of these brands. Like if you've never heard of M before, then hopefully this is a nice little introduction video for you. Or even just shopping your own wardrobe. Remember, everything I show you here, I don't want you to feel pressured in any way. It's literally just me sharing with you, like I would with my friends, my new pieces I've picked up. But please, by all means, look in your own wardrobe first. What do you have that's similar? I'm always trying to advise people, look in your own wardrobe first, shop your wardrobe, pre-loved, and then, even then, if you're like, I'm not quite getting it, then I suggest heading to the high street and just having fun with shopping again. It's one of the absolute joys of entering into a new season. But if you've got any questions on anything, please put them in the comment section below and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching another video. Have the most amazing week and I'll chat to you all soon. Bye!